So I was telling you guys earlier, man, today we had a visitor in the store. We didn't know it. Unbeknownst to us, we had no idea that we had a real live, what would you call this person, with credentials and a scientist, right?
Yeah, like he said he had bona fides. So.
And me and Gideon were in a very heated discussion. I wouldn't say argument.
No.
But we were having a heated discussion, and this is one of the things that sometimes you forget with other people in the store, but I was telling him why I don't think that, there's a lot of weird theories out there about dinosaurs. And then the guy walked up to the counter and he said he was a paleontologist.
Yeah, paleontologist.
All right, cool. Sir, what's the best dinosaur? / scariest?
No, but I threw out some of my theories as why I think that dinosaurs are bullshit.
Okay.
What?
Some dinosaurs are bullshit.
What does that mean?
Some
like
dinosaurs
Dino
could not have existed. The way they shove it down our throats.
I see. All right, you're gonna list some. Brontosaurus.
Yeah.
Brontosaurus, you're saying no.
But they have the bones.
But they don't have a complete carcass, though. They don't have a complete set of bones, and there's no way you could tell me that one of those fucking necks could ever reach this, could put his neck up and eat. There's no heart
but a giraffe
alive.
does it, right?
Yeah, but
you're saying pumping blood?
Pumping blood up to that skull. And I started telling this, and what happened to that paleontologist? I shut that motherfucker down.
Yeah.
In what way, though? Don't just agree with what he said.
He's coming up.
No, he didn't.
The paleontologist coming up with he's
Tell him. I don't want to toot my own horn. Go ahead. Tell him how I fucking knocked him out. I knocked him out.
You toot it for me.
I'll monitor, make sure you say all the right things.
But I'm talking about the Brontosaurus and how it can't possibly exist.
Yeah.
And the Stegosaurus, no one knows how it could have ever copulated without disemboweling itself or castrating itself.
Mm.
And he shambles up to the counter with his fucking Garmani suit on.
He's like, I happen to be a paleontologist.
In case you're wondering, Garmani is an upscale store in town, not a brand that you can go buy.
What? Was that how you say it?
No, it is, but it's only this one place.
I think you're saying Armani wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not? Yeah. All right, well, I meant Armani.
It's a store.
You know how paleontologists do.
Oh, come on. How was he dressed?
He was like
dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
With the and he shambles up there like he's going to school me, and he's gonna.
He overheard what you guys were saying.
He was obviously overheard us, and he comes up and he's like, I can't help but hear you talking about dinosaurs.
And I happen to be a paleontologist.
And I was like, oh, really?
Sad.
I could tell from your fancy suit.
Well, yeah.
And all your fucking school rings that you're still wearing.
He's got 10 different college rings on.
It's like, just gotta fucking tap him on the counter while he's talking. Oh, I noticed you're not wearing fucking 5 rings. I don't need a fucking ring.
He's got those knuckle rings that just says Yale.
This is already a far cry from the Walt who said the custom is always right.
Had a bolo tie made out of a dinosaur egg.
Okay, all right. So
he hears our conversation, and he starts to say, well, you realize that the Brontosaurus, he didn't call it Brontosaurus. He said something else.
Oh, did the Latin name or something?
We were talking about sauropods, and he brought up Ultrasaurus, which is, I admit, is a dinosaur I've never even heard of.
No way.
But I said, well, I want to talk about the Brontosaurus, fucking doc.
Yeah.
Now,
That's a lot of horns get him tooting over here. He's going to run out of breath. No wonder he's always wheezing into the fucking mic.
I just don't know if I'm being rewarded or punished for past life. I don't know which one it is.
So
this big shot.
So he comes up and he interjects in our conversation. So I'm like, all right, you're fair game, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're fair game to get fucking sliced and diced then. Because I throw these couple things at him. And he goes, well, you do know, right? Was he stammering?
Yeah. He was like, you know that some of these dinosaurs had 2 hearts, right?
And I was like, oh, all of a sudden now they got fucking multiple hearts. When did that start?
When they were born.
Okay, so tell me.
It ended 65 million years ago. So
when did so are there no creatures left now with multiple hearts in present time? And he goes, well, we know earthworms do.
Do they?
And I was just like, what? That's like earthworms have multiple hearts. Where? I mean, they barely have a body. Where are all? What are they all heart? Like Tom Brady? I didn't say that, but I should have said that.
That would have been a good one. That would have shut him down even more.
Are you telling me that earthworms are the goat of bugs?
Oh my God.
But I think they just throw this shit out there, though. They're just like, well, okay, they're getting us on that they couldn't have raised their heads. There's just no physical way. So, you know what? We'll just tell them they have multiple hearts.
Yeah. We got no proof, but they have multiple hearts.
Did you Wikipedia this shit?
I did, and I found that earthworms have what are known as pseudo hearts. They're bands of muscles that are around the like the veins and the arteries that help them pump blood artificially.
Right. I meant the dinosaur part of it. Did you Wikipedia Brontosaurus?
Well, that's what they said, that they may have had pseudo hearts that help them get the blood up to their brains.
So what he did was mention something that has a precedent in nature that addresses the concern that.
But it's not a second
up.
heart. It's not like
Right, but it doesn't need to be a second heart. It just needs to be exactly what it does.
Pseudo heart.
That's just a name to make fucking dum-dums understand. It's not called a pseudo heart. I'm sure it's called a something.
Then why is this so-called paleontologist calling it a
aortic arch?
A double heart, a second heart.
Because he's talking down to you to make you understand what's going on.
Yeah, he's dumbing it down for you, too.
All the guy wanted to do was buy a fucking Batman comic. That's all he wanted to do.
That's all he wanted to do. He just should have fucking kept his trap shut.
Not being like,
You're right.
I can't help but
and then
hear a conversation.
And then we Googled his name, and of course, it didn't come up anywhere.
But what about Brontosaurus bones?
But where are all these hearts fitting?
I mean,
Brontosaurus?
It's a fucking dinosaur, brother.
But how big are these hearts, though? Now all of a sudden there's multiple heart theories.
Is it sudden or?
And how much? And then Walt schooled him again. He goes, "How did they find all this food to eat? Would they just eat all day long and do nothing else?"
Is that all they were doing then? Is eat? How could this creature of this size consume enough food daily to live?
Well,
and it can't lift up its head, mind you.
But the Earth didn't look the same back then. It was nothing but vegetation.
Why couldn't it lift up its head?
Because it wouldn't have enough. It would knock itself out as soon as it lifted its head.
Oh, that's not a fact. That's a theory.
Based upon
what you think. What you think.
Based upon like real world
Based upon
situations,
porn tutor.
not fucking prehistoric world where everything was radioactive, so everything was 50 million times bigger than it really was.
Radioactive. Okay, I love this. I agree with you so far. An apatosaurus?
Apatosaurus? I think it's
Apatosaurus?
But that's the brontosaurus?
Hagfish has 4 hearts.
There's some creatures that do have multiple hearts.
Yeah,
An octopus has a multiple heart.
Squid, cephalopods have 3 hearts.
But these are all invertebrates, though.
Right.
What happened to why are there no vertebrates with hearts out living on the planet today?
I don't know, evolution.
It's your answer for everything.
But look at his neck bones. They're so big. Of course it could.
Those aren't real, bro.
They find 1 or 2 bones and they make up the ones in between.
The rest.
Yeah.
They've never found a complete skeleton of this shit.
I'm the crazy one here.
I admit that this sounds crazy, but it's only crazy because we believe everything science tells us without ever questioning it. It just pisses me off.
And you were
nobody ever goes like, well, are we sure they're fucking right?
This is true. Are you not dismissing all dinosaurs, just some?
I'm not dismissing there may have been creatures that went extinct.
Well,
but I don't know if there was a pterodactyl.
But you said there's proof for some dinosaurs because of paintings.
Oh, that's right. We also found an ancient. Look, check this out. Did you ever hear of this? So
they have a complete T-Rex set.
A complete.
Yes.
There's never been a
T-Rex is smaller.
No. There's never been one complete, 100% complete dinosaur.
You're probably right. 90% they're saying.
But hold on.
Holy shit.
There's ancient art out there that has long before that anybody ever saw a dinosaur, ever the concept of a dinosaur, because that's only around 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
And there are paintings, cave paintings with dinosaurs.
That's an ad. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. There is a Stegosaurus on some sort of like Mayan.
Yeah.
Mayan. Okay.
Yep.
So I believe,
but you don't know when that was made, right?
It was long, thousands and thousands of years ago, before anybody ever heard of the word dinosaur, or people were talking about dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jurassic Park.
Is there a chance though that man and dinosaurs walked together?
6,000 years ago?
I don't think so.
Science would want to suppress that shit, but
why would they want to suppress that shit?
Because it shatters it. Again, you got to remember what they wanted to suppress. God.
But
so you're saying science is based on
dinosaur science.
Dinosaur science is based on refuting God. They're like, if we make up these creatures and say they never...
Yeah, then your Bible is just a nice little story to tell yourself. But if man and dinosaur...
So I think that's a nice...
So wait.
Walk together?
Just so I have this clear. So there is evidence of dinosaurs existing. Actual evidence.
Yes.
There is zero evidence that the Bible is real and that God exists.
There's a Shroud of Turin.
But where? And who made that? Why the fuck am I supposed to believe that's real? So why so somehow the trick is to not believe the evidence, but instead to dismiss that in favor of something.
No, I think dinosaurs existed.
Okay.
I do think they existed, but I also believe that not every dinosaur that they throw it down the pike. I think they've made some fucking mistakes, some boo-boos, and now they're trying to fucking be like they threw too many out. They threw too many dinosaurs out there now, and they couldn't possibly have existed.
Right. Okay.
I also think that we're going to find evidence.
Is this an overkill? Are we doing an overkill tonight?
Okay. This is just all the shit I told this
really
dude.
Feels like overkill.
I have that overkill feeling. Yeah. All right.
And I said, that I believe that at one point, sooner or later, we will find evidence of man being around when dinosaurs were around. Some dinosaurs. And then that will fucking throw all of this shit into a tizzy.
Because there's evidence.
The science community scrambles to try to be like, well, God still didn't exist because of this.
There's evidence of human bones being found hundreds of thousands of years earlier than scientists say that they've been found.
All the time.
Oh, it's awesome.
All the time that happens.
Where?
I don't.
I don't know, in different parts of the world.
Okay, no, I'm not. I'm literally. I'm learning.
You don't believe it?
No, I do believe it. I just want to know where.
Probably in some like Mayan city, or when they were digging.
Or quarry, probably. Yeah.
Okay, here's 11 living creatures that coexisted with dinosaurs. We'll see if humans are on the list.
Of course they're not.
Okay,
because if they are, then all of a sudden we got to rethink everything that they're telling us about God and science. Then.
Well, this is Alex Jones's website, so let's see. No, crocodiles, snakes, bees, sharks, horseshoe crabs, sea stars, lobsters, duck-billed platypus, green sea turtle, cockroach, and a tuatara.
Wait. Start that list again. I'm sorry, work. I apologize.
Yeah. Crocodiles, snakes.
That I knew. Snakes I knew.
Bees. Sharks, bees. Horseshoe crabs.
Bees in their current form were alive back then?
Buzzing bees were alive and stinging even when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. Sharks, horseshoe crabs. They look pretty...
Horseshoe crabs
right?
fucking Staten Island growing up, because I grew up right near the beach.
Yeah.
And there's the horseshoe crabs all the fucking time. They look just like dinosaurs.
Yeah, they look like little dinosaurs.
They look like something that's been around for that
laying
long.
Eggs and shit.
Yeah. And in mating season, you go to the beach and there's just so many of them. It's creepy. And you hear them click-clacking at night.
Yeah. Those long tails.
Yeah.
Your blood's worth a lot of money.
What?
Your blood's worth a lot of money.
To who?
Scientists.
So if we catch them and bleed them out, we can make some couple bucks?
Yeah, but they have labs that do it.
Yeah. So they're not going to buy it on the black market.
I think it's something like $7,000 a pint.
Dude, aren't they always changing?
We got a retirement plan.
Their theories on dinosaurs constantly. Dinosaurs look like big lizards. Okay. Oh no, that couldn't possibly work. Okay, they look like big chickens.
They had feathers.
Yeah.
But
they weren't as colorful as you think they were. Oh, look, they were.
So they're like, slow moving. No, they were quick.
Well,
they spent all their time living in water because they were so big. Oh, now they can walk on land.
Oh boy, there's a gas leak in this place, man.
I think you guys are pushing this bit too far.
Well, why though? Why do you think why do you just swallow everything?
Because but they're correcting themselves, which is what you're saying is. Am I not putting this?
No,
I slept
right.
like 4 hours last night.
Science, you have a theory.
They're rope-a-doping me. Help me. I'm getting rope-a-doped by two flat earthers.
It evolves.
Oh, that's just crazy talk.
The theories evolve, right? Like this is what we think. And then, they're like, oh, wait, we were wrong about that.
Right.
We discovered something else. Turns out that they're more closely related to birds.
Why are we so inclined to believe everything then when they're
because
really
we're not
wrong
smart enough to figure it out on ourselves.
Right.
I
care that much.
Yeah, I read an article about like that telescope that they're like looking at the black hole.
The Hubble?
Mm-hmm.
And not the Hubble, it's a different one, right?
It's like 5 different ones, right?
Yeah, it's like these 5 telescopes that now they're looking at a black hole. And I'm like, this is really interesting. And I read the article and I'm like, half the shit I'm like, I don't know what this means because it's all physics
Okay,
stuff.
I want to tell you this, and I know you're going to think I'm crazy, though.
Okay.
It has to do with telescopes, too.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure.
We're living next door to each other. I got a telescope in my window.
I'm not sure that all the pictures that they throw out there for consumption for the public are real.
Dude, who knows if we even went to the moon?
Because
I wouldn't be shocked at anything.
There's a site just recently dropped. Q, you may want to look it up.
Okay.
They found a penguin on Mars,
All right.
which leads me to believe, obviously, there's no penguins on Mars. But they're fucking throwing out shit that they didn't look at close enough, and they're not real pictures from another planet.
They're probably so preoccupied making up these fake black hole pictures that they the quality control dropped.
Don't go off fucking
Are you talking about
topic.
a Sun reader? The Sun, the British newspaper, spotted a penguin behind a rock on Mars.
But there's
That's like the Weekly
got
World
reporters.
News, though.
That can't be what you're throwing my way.
What's the Sun?
This is fucking. It's Bat Boy level shit.
Oh no, that's not the picture anyway. Look at under just images.
There is here it is on Yahoo News saying a scientist is claiming it. These so-called scientists with their fucking Armani
obviously,
suits.
that's it.
All right, there's your penguin.
Does it look
All
like
right.
a penguin?
Sure, but it also looks like a rock, or it looks like a duck.
So, yeah, I mean, what they're expecting you to believe then, this one guy anyway, he's convinced he spotted a penguin, that in a fucking airless atmosphere, one penguin is hanging out on
I mean,
Obviously.
it's clearly a rock behind it that's smaller in comparison.
That's reflecting swamp
Or clearly
glass
it
off
could be
the.
a little penguin sticking his head around a rock and it's taken from some other location and then present it to the world as like NASA presents more photos so they can get more funding.
Wait, what?
It's all a fucking game, man. It's all lies.
But I don't understand what you just said.
Because NASA wants to make sure that they constantly are throwing out
things to get the public interest. Yes.
so they can keep getting funding and all their millions.
So just again, and I'm only asking because I want this straight in my own head. You think the fact that the human race has successfully landed robots on Mars isn't enough to keep interest and money flowing?
Like,
we now need penguins.
We put a penguin on Mars, too.
Well, I'm not sure that like
You don't think there's a penguin on Mars?
No.
Okay.
I believe that photo was taken on Earth and was not fact checked or was not given the thorough once over by everybody. It was released.
Like a penguin wandered onto set from the fucking local zoo somehow.
No, it was probably taken from some other locale. Well, this looks alien enough if we twinge or tweak the colors.
Let's put a red filter on it.
Yes.
Yeah. So you don't think we're on Mars at all?
I believe they've tried to get on Mars, and I believe that when photos they can't get them, they'll fake them. Then
So you don't believe we're on Mars?
I believe they tried to get on Mars.
Right.
I believe they sent that rover, and maybe it did.
Ones
it
that
didn't make
crashed.
But
I see.
to continuously get all these crystal clear photos, I find it hard to believe.
Why?
Is look how far away Mars is, and you're getting photos. I mean, I can't even download a file sometimes that people send me.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not using Verizon, brother. They're
Really? Fucking dial up. No, they don't. They did say, like, the moon landing, it was like an incredibly small amount of memory that did all this shit, right?
Yeah.
Like some computer.
Yeah.
Like not nearly enough.
I mean, I don't want to sound. Again, I'm not no conspiracy theorist. But when you look at things really closely and you start to like pick things apart,
yeah.
and I don't see there's anything wrong with doing it.
devil's
And
in the
I
detail.
can't stand
Go for
people
it.
who just want to just
entire
shut people
existence
down.
is based on cynicism. I love it.
The devil is in the details.
Yeah, I just don't want to look at things too closely. Like, if they want me to believe that we went to the moon, I'm fine believing that. If they want me to believe that we're on Mars, I'm okay believing it.
But why would you want to believe things that aren't true, though? What's a life
What's truth?
led built upon lies, though? What is an existence like that, though? Wouldn't you rather know the truth than not know the truth?
Would I rather know? Yes. Am I going to get worried if I don't know? Not really. What difference does it make to me? It makes no difference to me whether we're on Mars or not.
But
I personally know. It won't make a
I'll never
difference.
see the benefits of any of this stuff.
But if they're lying to you about that, what else are they lying to you about?
Yeah, but my point is I don't care about any of it. What should I care about?
All right, what about this?
What do you care about?
Natty. What about this, though? Should science try to cure death? Because they're trying to do it now.
Yeah, hopefully in the next 30 years.
You think they should do that?
I would
Only
love
for the wealthy and entertaining.
Yeah. You got to prove your worth through At least 8 seasons of television.
Do you hear what they did with the pig's brain cells?
Can you cut it down to 7, maybe?
Yeah, 7, 6.5. What's going on?
Did you hear what they did with the pig's brain cells?
No, what's going on?
They brought them back to life.
Awesome.
So like zombie pig?
Well, just the brain cells, not the pig.
But they were necrotic? Like they were totally
dead.
Wow.
And they brought them
dead,
back?
and they were able to do some shit to it to start making them vital again.
What happened to religious people getting worked up about this kind of stuff? Remember, like the first test tube baby they got worked up about, and then stem cells they got worked up about? Where are people where they're like, you're reanimating pigs now?
Well, I think that once it gets really close to no, they're not reanimating pigs. That's
Soon.
not really accurate though. They just took some cells and were able to turn them back on.
Right.
Do you think, though, that, I mean, all honesty, not as a joke, but do you really think science should be trying to solve death?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
Death is a bad condition, man.
But so
Ain't no coming back from it.
No, well,
do we need to be
yet.
taking care of all these older and older and older and older people?
How long should a person be able to? So indefinitely, infinity. At what point then does
Well, you
the
got to
world
cure.
suffer
You got to
from
cure aging. You got to cure aging as well.
Right, because you keep getting older and older. Like, nobody's going to bang
Well,
you.
it's
And then you're
interesting.
like, well, why am I even here?
When I had the surgery on my wrist 4 weeks ago, the guy was telling me that so I thought I said this on the show already, but that kids that are being born today could expect to live to like 100, 120 years old. And he said
Really?
that the problem is
Who
Go-
said this?
the hand surgeon that I had. He said that the
Real story?
problem
Was it
is
in
going to
Mexico or
be.
something that you got this?
Yeah, well, I flew down to Mexico.
South of the border. So how much am I saving?
I know you're a cheap motherfucker. I would have put it faster.
You got a butt implant.
You found him at Zewat Nehu?
He said the problem is that our bodies just will not be able to handle as long as like you can make you live forever, but your joints are all going to need to be replaced.
So you would be like a zombie. You'd be like, dude, I was fucking 40, 45, whatever, and I had to get a knee replaced.
Yeah.
So
No,
another,
you'd be all mechanical. You'd be Darth Vader.
Yep.
except for your brain, which they keep fixing up.
If they could fix Alzheimer's.
Right.
It'd be great if they could. I would love it. I would take it in a heartbeat.
You're the guy that says it like you're just so tired. Yeah. So
Yeah,
how much
but
more do you want to put up with this, though?
No, but
And
I get stopped.
What about the next society, or the next generation, and generation after that, and generation?
I don't have any kids. I'm not. No. I'm my own replacement.
No.
You had kids, so you have to die. I'm holding on to my spot. Okay, I'm not giving it up.
Technically, I didn't have kids either.
that's right.
We're hanging out.
That's right.
No, but I'm just saying. But if ever, no one's dying,
Kiddom's in too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're
world
the
is
only one
over.
that's fucked. We'll talk about you in 1,000 years.
That's why Dr. Flanagan over here is trying to fucking find a cure for death.
but the world is
Yeah,
overpopulated.
I think that's
as
a
it
good
is.
rule. You don't think that's a good rule? If you spawn a replacement, then you have to go. If you don't spawn a replacement, you get to stay.
It's going to be a shithole. The whole world's going to be.
It's
a
already a
shithole.
shithole.
Right. Well, not every place, but
Well, no, not Staten Island,
If no
but, you
one's dying,
New York City is.
Yeah.
if no one's dying, and we're overcrowded and overpopulated as it is,
Yeah.
what will that world look like if no one's dying and we're keeping everybody alive?
It won't be my problem.
Who's going to be taking care of these older people?
No, it won't be my problem. I'll be fine. No, I'll be okay. No, but you
Do
got
you
to
keep
figure.
working? Also, do you keep working the whole time?
You'd
Because
have to.
You have to sustain yourself. So you're like 400 and you got to go into work.
I mean, I'm not saying it's ideal, but at a certain point, there's going to be a tipping point where you've made enough money to take 100 years off.
That's true.
You know?
Can you come back and people are still into IJ after 100 years?
Oh God, I don't think in 5 years people are going to be into IJ. But you never
IJ,
know.
the
This
next
match
generation.
game shit's giving me hope.
Yeah, right? It lives on. It affects people in a real way.
Well, you got to assume that if we start colonizing other planets,
Yeah.
If there's
We're gonna
planets
send
on
the
Mars,
elderly
why
there?
not? We already got
Yeah.
part of a zoo.
You
on
actually
Mars.
believe that's a option.
you don't think that's eventually going to be possible?
We can't fucking bring water and foliage to
Who?
Africa, to the continent. We can't get them sustaining.
Who's
things.
we? Why can't Africa get their own
Science
water and
community.
fucking
The science community can't figure out how to make Africa
Green.
Well, I'm not talking
Green.
about tomorrow, but you don't think eventually we will?
But yet we're gonna go to another planet. We're gonna be able to pull it off there.
Like eventually, you don't think so?
That is true. Most of the planets look like Africa. Any number of African countries, right? Like all
I don't
desert
know.
and shit.
What do you mean you don't know? It's never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
You know how much
Never gonna happen.
money it would take.
Well, then you're like, I mean, if you're going to these places,
And
then you're
who you
creating
bring-
artificial atmosphere. You gotta truck in all
Who's
that
gonna
water.
get to go?
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Why? What have you really done to warrant that kind of privilege?
Nothing. I've done nothing.
Right, so you aren't going to be able to go. We're going to have to take people of not that you're not, but I mean, like,
No,
people
it's all right. I'm okay with that. Continue.
That's what I thought you thought anyway.
but like scientists,
Yeah.
and people who will be able to
but
really
if,
do.
but if I get them,
they're the new pilgrims, the
Sure.
space age pilgrims.
but if I live forever,
and they didn't
I
take
could learn
comedians,
to
as I
do that
recall, on the
shit.
Santa Maria and the fucking Pinta.
Oh my God.
They
They took people that could get shit done when they got there.
Santa Maria.
well, what about
The Pinto.
that's a ship. If you got hit from behind, it exploded.
He schooled a paleontologist today.
dressed in Garmani, head to toe.
I can't remember all the ship's names, but you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
there's
about.
3. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Santa.
What's it called?
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
None of them had comedians on them.
You don't know that?
I know it for
Well,
a
they were
fact.
pilgrims. They had sticks up their
There's
asses.
probably nothing to joke about. Like,
But they were. If there was a comedian on there, a guy with a sense of humor,
Yeah.
he wasn't put on the boat because of it.
No. He's just a wise ass.
Yeah.
In fact, he's probably the first one they eat when they run out of fucking.
He was the captain's jester.
Right, but you got to remember. Look, I'm a professionally trained fireman, man. I got skills.
Those skills are eroding every day.
Yeah, but I find if I have
because of
100.
his age or because
Both.
fires are. Oh,
Yeah,
No, because
but
he's
if I
out of
know
the
I'm
game.
immortal, I'm gonna get back in the game.
So wait. You think that your skills of firefighting on the ground on Earth will transfer up into space?
No, I think that I have the time to get trained. If I'm immortal, I could get trained in space
we're
firefighting.
still immortal. Okay, all right.
But that's the basis of this whole conversation, isn't it?
Oh, I thought maybe you just thought maybe in when shit gets really goes south that we'll start to look at another planet.
If I think eventually the human race will go to other planets. We're talking. I thought
Even
we were
without
talking
the immortal. Without
the immortal, but just the
immortality.
continuity of humanity.
You think that at a
the
certain
Immortal
point,
comic.
Yeah,
Earth will colonize another planet?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's inevitable.
Also, I think
never
because
gonna
everyone's so worked up, we glossed over that it's the Mayflower that brought the Pilgrims. The other ones were the Columbus ships, right?
That is most likely correct. Yeah.
I believe so.
Even on all right, so you
1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Yeah, the Mayflower brought the Pilgrims.
Mayflower and what? There wasn't one ship. There were other
I
ships.
thought that was the one that they always taught you about in school. I mean, you want to talk about bullshit? Like, forget science, like history.
Oh, when it glosses over like the
Everything.
bad stuff. Yeah.
So if-
well,
so
like the
if
shit
that
that they
was-
teach you
right
in
So if that
elementary
was the
school.
curriculum, what makes you think that science wasn't also tweaked?
Oh, I think it is tweaked all the time. I mean,
tweaked
not big shit. Like not
Little
like
shit? What's the point of tweaking little shit?
well, like says, devil's in the details. They're like the sun's 93 million miles away, depending on the season or whatever. Who's going to argue between 93 and 95? There's no way to tell. But like little shit, little everyday shit that they may need to adjust, whether it's a medical science or that kind of thing.
And those 3 ships were Columbus's.
So how is it one of the 9 planets in our solar system? You think we'll have to look outside the solar system?
I'm just relearning about ships right now.
Didn't we boot Pluto?
Do you think we'll
There's
have to
8
look
planets.
outside our solar system, Q, for this planet, Earth 2?
I think it comes down to travel and energy. If they could figure out a way to replicate energy and cross distances
Without
then
it taking decades.
I think the world is. I think the universe.
Well, it doesn't
is
matter.
ours.
We're immortal, so it
Event
doesn't
Horizon
matter.
No,
Telescope, that's what it
immortality
was.
is not an
Okay.
equation.
Event Horizon Telescope. That's what I was thinking of before. I couldn't remember the name.
Do you remember that movie, Event Horizon?
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Yeah, does it hold up? Because
Yeah,
I
it
remember
does.
loving
It definitely does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's one with Sam Neill. And,
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. It's funny I can't remember the fucking ships that Christopher Columbus came over, but I'm like,
You got to remember so many other things.
hey, I remember Sam Neill was in the fucking Event Horizon. Like, I'm just an idiot. Like I'm an idiot. I'm no better than the fucking paleontologist.
Well,
I'm stupid too.
Like, you don't got to tell me.
But you don't interject yourself as the learned
Oh no!
one to school.
I hope I've never given anybody the impression that I think I know what I'm talking about. Quite the opposite.
Look, obviously, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I just don't like the idea of just believing every single thing that somebody tells me.
I agree with that. I think that's healthy. I just feel like
Just because they're wearing a lab coat or
yeah, but
Or a
also
fucking fancy
but I think you
sports
need
coat.
better reasons to disbelieve things Why do you care? I guess, why do you care? Let's say we found out tomorrow.
Because it's fucking arrogant.
Let's say we found...
It's
okay,
arrogance.
Fair.
That I can't stand.
Fair.
And them trying to say that they're so much better and more intelligent.
Are they saying that?
Well,
They don't have to say they're more intelligent. They definitely are.
They are.
You know, they think that.
Big dick swinging
unwashed
paleontologist.
What else do they got?
Nothing.
Except for their brain. They're fucking
the degree of the money that comes
with
with
dinosaurs. My life. It's like, well, you're likely
Grow
a nerd.
up.
You're a nerd.
You're a little nerd. Grow
You're
up.
just a little nerd. Kick your ass.
Yeah, fuck them. All right, so what are the implications if tomorrow the fucking lid got blown off and it turns out the dinosaurs never existed? They were always made up. What happens?
I think we have to look at everything that we've been taught and everything that's been shoveled down our throats and be like, okay, we got to question everything now. We just can't. This was obviously a conspiracy.
Okay.
For what reason? I don't know. Maybe because it was something to do with the Bible, a reason to
Disprove the Bible.
disprove the Bible. I think there'd be a lot of disenfranchised. I mean, the museums are fucking out of commission.
They're out of business.
They're out of
Museum of
business.
Natural History is
Just be big
Well, they
dumpsters
still
with
got the
bones
whale-
sticking out.
the whale.
Just put a sign.
I've
on
seen
the door,
whales.
up for sale because it's fucking. It's worthless.
Up for sale.
It's all worthless. Then
It's worthless, huh? I agree with you in as much as question everything. You know,
yeah, that's what TSDs should be all about, man. Question everything.
I love
Truth
it.
every single day.
Yeah. I used to catch a ton of shit. Pam would fucking lose it on me because I would question everything. I'd be like, well, why? But she didn't want to hear it. In turn,
Well, because she didn't know the answers.
She doesn't know the answers.
And you were too lazy to look for them yourself. You just keep going, why?
Yeah, I was
why?
a lazy 8-year-old.
But you got to go look for yourself, though. Like me and Gidim, we have these conversations and we
Yeah,
ignite
she's like,
each
why aren't
other.
you more like a 50-year-old man? Now drive yourself to the library, idiot.
We challenge each other daily.
Yeah.
Sometimes Gidim teaches me something. Sometimes I teach him something.
Right. You have a vast knowledge of
That's
LEDs.
That's a rewarding relationship, though.
Yeah. So wait.
And we don't talk down to each other just because.
Oh, come on. Let's not slip into fantasy.
That's 50% true.
Don't damage.
We're going to need to tweak the science on that a little.
We'll go back to the chalkboard on that one.
Figures maybe a little inaccurate.
That's just passion, I tell him. When I dehumanize you, that's just me being passionate about my theories.
And when it's in front of other people, that just means I'm extra passionate.
I'm trying to wake him up.
This guy believes anything. I mean, come on.
Penguins, Mars.
Two-heart dinosaur. The Tanta.
Now, what about this, too? The last thing about prehistoric creatures, they found a horse, the most preserved horse ever. It's got hair on it and everything, and it has blood in it.
Awesome.
They are going to now clone it.
Great.
Why
Just a
is
regular
that?
old horse?
I like that. You look it up.
Okay.
They're just prehistoric horse cloning, most exquisite specimen ever.
Do I have to type in all those?
Make sure it's
Can I just put in prehistoric horse?
Well,
Wait, it's asking for exquisite.
go under news though. Now I'm curious as to why you say great. Why is that great though?
Isn't that your evidence of something
A
existing?
42,000-year-old horse.
Like if they 42,000-year-old isn't that old, it can't be that different.
No, it's
They're bringing back Woolly Mammoth.
Oh, he was frozen,
The Woolly
huh?
Mammoth.
They've been saying that for how long? They've been telling
long
that
time.
fucking lie.
Yeah.
This is
Discovery
the
Channel.
perfectly preserved. He looks like he was in a fucking barn fire.
But in 40,000 years, it wouldn't have evolved that much, right? Won't they just be bringing back a horse?
Right. That's what I'm saying. So why are they doing this? You have to
'Cause they
question
can.
Right. But there's more to it than that, I think. We have to question why.
Well,
They
because
just say they're going to do it, and we're like, okay, go ahead, do it. Great.
Well-
but why is it? Why are they doing it?
It says right here.
What's the purpose?
Because it was extinct. So I guess they're seeing if they can bring back an extinct animal, right?
Is that good that we should bring back
I
There's
think
a
so.
reason it went extinct.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
weak.
No.
Well,
And you're only bringing
Didn't
one
deserve
back.
to live.
Pussy-ass horse.
It didn't deserve its
yeah,
place.
but if a species got wiped out because of us,
It didn't. This is not one that did.
okay, you're talking about specific instinct. I guess I'm talking about cloning in general. But all right, fine. Like Woolly Mammoth was because of us.
Was it?
Yeah.
We were stronger than it.
Right, but if we have
Smarter.
But why only exercise the power to destroy? Why not exercise the power to bring back?
So we can destroy it all over again?
Bringing it back.
Yeah.
What are the ramifications of it?
I don't know, but I like movies that start with this premise.
Right. Everything's
Okay,
not a
Dr.
movie,
Malcolm.
though.
No, nothing's a movie. I'm just saying, like, I think that why not? But why? If you could do it, do it. Why not do it?
What if it?
Your comedian was so preoccupied with whether or not he could, he didn't think that he should.
Right, but why shouldn't we do it?
Are you just going to get him quote Jurassic Park
I
shit all day?
It's just because I love the movie, so I want him to. I'm setting him up for some of these.
I'm not going to like the doom and gloom of like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah,
and
but what can we learn?
I'm just like, what is the point and what is the real angle? I want to know what the look past the like
You
the
think
sci-fi.
You think it's to deny God?
I think so.
Yeah.
I want to play
But
God.
you could just take the angle that God gave us the tools and the ability to do this. If everything is God's will, then
As religious types love to say.
well, somebody was talking on the set today of like how they were saying that like what like Notre Dame burning down.
Yeah.
Like, well, how could everything be God's will if they're burning? And I'm like, and somebody else was like, well, what if God's will was that the church would burn? So these two people who work on the reconstruction of it have a baby, and that baby turns out to do something great in the name of God. There's no way to understand God's will.
I love this. You guys are talking about this on the set of Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
These guys. Not only are we having conversations like of this magnitude and weight, I can't believe on the Practical Jokers you guys are talking about that shit.
Yeah, we also have dumbass conversations, but that was one of them that was today. So, so if
You
God
would never. I mean, I don't mean to paint
No,
a
I
picture.
get
I
what you
thought it
mean.
would be like all like
fart gags and stuff like that, like pulling fingers.
Did
to hear that you guys are talking about that kind of like intellectual conversation that challenges and makes people,
Right. So what if it's God's will that we discover the technology to bring the horse back? You don't know.
Well, first off, can you really bring it back? Because they're going to put it in a.
It's only going to be one. So if
Well, they tried 20 times to do it so far. And
so what are you going to have, like the same horse try to mate with itself?
But we don't. But I think you're missing the point of it. It was like, what if
a new genre of porn?
What if the point isn't to bring back the horse? The point is through the process of attempting it, something else is gained or something has branched out from that. That was the intention of God putting that horse in the ground.
Do you ever want to? Okay, you just say yes or no. I really don't want to like.
You don't hear me?
I don't want to hear too much about you. I don't want to like paint. I don't want to have anybody go after you for your. But should we ever put shackles on science?
No, I don't think we should.
I mean, you're talking about this kind of stuff.
I mean, wait. Are you talking about like Nazi Germany science, where it's like, let's make twins have sex and see where the baby comes out?
But that was God's will,
right? Like, well, it's also God's will that we fucking stomped him out. And when I say we, I mean anybody else but me.
Time gigolo.
Our betters from generations preceding.
So aside from, I guess the answer is yes. I think there should be some shackles. I don't think they should be doing shit like that, but
so I don't know. It's a tough question, right?
Well, I think if you leave out those type of things.
Well, who's to say what's abhorrent? I said that right.
I think society has a general. I don't know. It's a great question.
Should they be creating new life? I mean, isn't that pretty much what God is for?
To me, well, maybe God gave us the ability to do it for a reason. That's my point. But like to kill, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Well, I'm not up to the task.
Break? Yeah. This is what me and get him do fucking 7 hours a day. Yeah. It's exhausting when I go home.
I'm sure Kevin would be very happy to hear that this is.
It's not like we're not fucking pricing comics and doing other shit.
We're also chasing out customers with our half-baked theories.
Hey, we checked out the paleontologist.
We're still listing our and we I got his name off the credit card and we Googled him to see if he was a real paleontologist.
No, that
and he was,
sounds like a horrible breach of privacy.
And we doxed the shit out of him.
It actually sounds the word's illegal, I think.
No, the illegal part was when we put his credit card number on the internet.
No. We just took what he signed his name on the receipt.
Yeah.
No numbers. We don't do shit like that.
Did he write
doctor? No, I know you didn't mean that.
Did he write doctor ahead of it or just his name?
No, he did not.
No?
Yeah.
I think in terms of victimless science, no, they shouldn't be shackles.
Well, you think about...
But that led to the A-bomb.
Think about Victorian era medical stuff, right?
Yeah.
how brutal some of it was, but they test on people, they test on prisoners, and that continues through Nazi Germany or like, say Japan, like Unit 731, where they're doing all the experiments on people. And then those scientists.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with that. 731.
Oh, it was like basically a concentration camp where they were running all kinds of crazy.
It was stuff that would make the Germans, some of it would make the Germans.
Yeah, the Germans would be like, holy shit, you guys crazy?
Yeah. Really? Like, what's an example of that?
It was a lot of like experiments with like freezing people, cutting off their arm, like doing a lot of surgery without anesthesia, like that kind of shit. Yeah.
How could you even do that?
Because that person is not happy as it's happening.
No. Okay.
They think because they say they're doing it in the name of science, and that's how they justify it.
But then all those scientists, like, from Nazi Germany with Operation Paperclip and this one too, it's like then America brings all these scientists over and they're like, what'd you guys find out?
Sure.
Yeah, we picked their brains.
Because a lot of cryogenic science was from Mengele.
So you have all that, and that's because science wasn't shackled. Now, I don't think we really need to know what surgery without anesthesia feels like because anesthesia exists.
I could tell you what it feels like.
It's not fun.
Because when I went to Mexico to get my wrist done,
anesthesia was a bottle of tequila
and a bullet between my teeth.
It's nuts. Well, I like it, man. I like there's a branch of philosophy. I think it's solipsism, where it's like the only thing that's guaranteed to exist is your own mind. Like that's the only thing you can be sure about. Yeah. The only reality. Maybe that's what you guys have adopted.
Yeah, we're just doing that. And we don't like to get into like heated argument. I wouldn't even say it's an argument, but we don't like to like pwn somebody and have
bullshit.
Well, I know he does, but
I need shackles.
Take no pride pwning a paleontologist,
right?
Except here,
it happened.
It sure seemed like you did.
Yeah, it's just
well, this is different.
Tapping his ring on the counter.
Yeah. Fancy pants, motherfucker.
Carmani. Head to toe.